Memo Bibi Akwaba Eba Melodies TV. So there is a very serious story Eba from the Fourth Estate. Na maybe church in Simuna Nkrofo the Fourth Estate. So if you are listening for the very first time, na wo nim Nkrofo mebomu intremu na wati ase. Na the Fourth Estate a media firm ewo Ghana. Na ade a yedini momo titru National Service. Sikewia a course ende yeni na ye hu se national service for a bulk no the Fourth Estate na yes expose no. In fact omo ye expose no President Akufo-Addo mreso and so Akufo-Addo anya ho hwe NDC buy no eno omo ye further auditing eno mo hu se Fourth Estate nsem a omo ka no na ye no kware NPP for na omo she national service no omo wi sika na nke wo se ye ditua national service for na NPP mpanyimfo etwa ghost names Nkrofo a omunye nipa omudi omwegum ene sika no ebo mo. That Fourth Estate na eba be expose Sammy Awuku baby a NPP ba ya wo mode no ehye National Lottery. Na National Lottery no Ghana mra se Lotto na Nkrofo twitwa no sika no kwa aban ho a aban empe sika ni bi na won famwa ejanka. Now, so Sammy Awuku kotena National Lottery hono. Report a buyer from the Fourth Estate etrese. Sike wose wode boy janka ewo krom hano. Or the boy NPP4, no the boy media stations, no the boy ahemfo. Ene de agye NPP4 anye program. Ono ani school. School a woko ye, agye so omo anka se omo ye program na Sammy Awuku edi sika na akwa omo. Ono ani constituency. The constituency a no pese o contest as MP. Nesi kesi on fambo ejanka no de akwa akosi AstroTurf edi ye mpuntunjuma ewo ho ene na man ono Sammy Awuku no obabe wini allegedly no sana Fourth Estate for a kind. Na anso wa Fourth Estate esanso de omoni esi Sammy me say enye Sammy I don't know why whenever I'm mentioning Sammy Awuku me de Sammy Jemfidin mfa nche me enye Sammy Jemfi asem na meka Sammy Awuku Sammy Awuku enye Sammy Jemfi mfa nche me. Fourth Estate no esanso the new expose yaba on Sammy Awuku National Lottery hona and 3 billion Ghana cedis ene ye involved. Inti baako no a different one we nso foforo kra National Lottery hono. Atre say National Lottery hono emra na Sammy Awuku wo hono no wa busy pa. It was say how National Lottery Authority gave away 3 billion Ghana cedi prime business in exchange for peanuts. It allegedly no Sammy Awuku akwa spend 3 billion Ghana cedis and I say wakwa koma 3 billion Ghana cedi contracts bi ewo National Lottery hona echire no Ghana yenya mfaso bia ne yenko kenkan story no na yenti ase na afiance yebeko anansa ne yebeko story no so no meshrende your first time subscribe na click notification bell no so ye ne say latest news bi aba wonsa ebeka e na afin so se wutie me na wefuso obi bia wutie me bia ne se wefuso ana wuni obi a ne fuso bia na mesre oginemu masa nipa kro no ana ginemu ma wa wo ho because efukese e di stroke ne nam efukese wan hwe ya diabetes wan hwe ya e di cancer akoma yare bone no bebre na no efukese broni friend visceral fat bisa doctor ni bia wo beka atro. So the best thing you can do is to learn the obeya ebema wefuno akofom. Na me I'm speaking this way because me yenyama bi miensa enema mefu ekofom. So upese wo yebi ana upese hu de obeya. There is a book in the comment box. Ne bo nya den 100 cedis per. Me shall say obeto book no. Obi bisa me enra se book no meto bibia ka ho na onto hwenka ho e book ne pe. Ebi mo ton inku ani eduro 1000 cedis and the likes on be no ma wo mefu be kofom omo anu ma enkofom because efu no eduro bi ani we be ma wefu akofom. Into the book in the comment box click 100 cedis not pebi nato ne hu de obeye. And as a number na o screen is no 0558074986 0558074986. Call the number on your screen. And now WhatsApp yen na book no ni PDF and ni twi video no yen fama e WhatsApp the same price. Now yen concept ni mo Or say on Friday, sorry, that's a main granny. It means I need to start wearing glasses there. Sometimes words need be then me bought different word. No? Serious. Anyway, I say on February 6th, 2025, the immediate past Director General of the National Lottery Authority and now Member of Parliament for Akuapem North, Sammy Awuku, delivered his maiden statement to the Ghanaian Parliament. The focus of his statement was on how to enhance proceeds from the lottery to support Ghana's development. In that grand speech, eloquently laced with examples of how the lottery has contributed to the development of other countries, he cited as an example how funds from the lottery supported the construction of famous Great Wall of China. The story starts with Sammy Awuku in someone now can speech be okokoma ya work say China for kra lotto eno mo ye ya no mo de esi oman no baby a wo ma oman no egina aye. As the immediate past Director General of the National Lottery Authority, I would like to bring to our attention the significant yet overlooked ways the government can optimize the use of lottery proceeds, implement stricter measures against illegal lottery operations, and maximize revenue through innovative fiscal strategies, including tax incentives. This statement is also a highlight. This statement is also to highlight the best practices around the world that I believe Ghana could also learn from. Mr. Awuku summarized the purpose of his speech to Parliament. He then made recommendations on how to increase lottery proceeds and how proceeds can be spent. But what the 41-year-old first-time MP did not disclose to Parliament was that during his leadership, he signed off the most lucrative business of the NLA, the 590 online lottery, to a private company for peanuts. So I trust say nansenya wo MPP for aba opposition no. And Sammy Awuku obabe gina parliament nim lottery ya de pa ene ye betumi nya sika ne de abo oman no ene ye betumi nya sika ne ayewe na so ni na echi no. De Sammy Awuku an country Ghana for say wakwa akosan ni deal bi embra na wo ye lottery head ana wo ye panyi ewo national lottery no. Wakwa akosan ni deal bi a deal no Ghana ye nya mfaso bi awoso. On a private company be. Also in 2019, the then Director General of the NLA, Kofi Osei-Ameyaw, signed a controversial 3-year contract with a private company called KGL Technology Limited to operate the NLA's 590 lottery online via a USSD code on mobile phone. Upon expiration of the contract in 2022, Mr. Awuku and his board renewed the contract with KGL for a 10-year period. Inti ansa na Sammy Awuku beko eye national lottery hono na obi ewo ho de da yefe no Kofi Osei-Ameyaw. Inti one nkrofo bi kokko sign deal na deal no na ye very controversial. Bronika se bibi e controversial a ase ento asum ade no kasa wo ho. Na saa time no NLA fo unse first no na lotto ko event saying ye national lottery a obekọ kiosk lotto na okakotwitwa but in the technology aba ti utumi use USSD code you can USSD code a once that code ni bia wo de check e bia wo credits ana mobile money sika ne sa nyama no ti omo be ye na sa code ni bi so betumi aye wo phone so na chese we twa lotto no online inti omo ne some private company bi na ko sign is deal no say private company ni nya den handle Tiamra deal no ewu ye no Sammy Awuku eba ho no eno no oba be sign a 10-year deal no oba be to us for 10 years. I said, but before the expiration of the 10 years in 2024, Mr. Awuku and his board chaired by Gary Nimakumafo signed a new contract with KGL granting the company exclusive rights to operate the 590 lottery online via USSD. This new contract was not for 5 years, not 10 years, but 15 years from 2024 to 2039 with an automatic renewal for another 5 years. Hey. After Sammy Awuku buy an contract say 10 years. or sign it on a company ne sign a deal no for. And you say this is one thing I don't like about politicians. And it simply tells you that there is something wrong whenever politicians are doing things like this. So politician be the no state-owned enterprise be enim ano. Now on you more sign a deal. Now I sign a deal man ebro 4 years because all politician or time I will 4 years. No koko sign a deal no man ebro 4 years. For me, I feel say politician they have something at stake. Because how on earth will you go and sign a deal with a private company for 15 years? Whilst unim send your Ghana politics at it. Inti abayin foforo ba no kaso wo be cancel deal na obon say yes judgment debt. And sometimes no, and I'm not saying this is what Sammy Awuku omoye, but sometimes politicians no ko share private companies ichi and now say they have some shares in these private companies. And now they get some backhand deal from these private companies. So the deal ne money 15 years ne ofri abemu krana. Still, say private company ne only the 15 years deal and a wodi. It still bon say politician no na ono so ye yi ne dia mane wechi. It does not make any sense that you go and sign a deal with a private company whilst you know that 4 years while buying ebe free so likely say ebe free so. No, because I need you for 15 years. For me, it doesn't make any sense. And for me, that is the first sign. Say, there is something going on here. There is something wrong here. Or see, with an automatic renewal for another 5 years. Mr. Awuku and his board also signed 2 other contracts for KGL to operate the 590 online lottery in Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. These 2 contracts were also not for 1 year, not for 2 years, and not for 5 years. They were for 10 years each. Almost also sign a deal with this company. Osha Ghana, yene Nigeria for Cote d'Ivoire, ewo inkitahumbi, and ye did deal ye, eko share crofuinsa, and also 10 years each for both countries. The fourth estate investigations revealed that annual revenue to KGL from the NLA's 590 online lottery in 2024 alone was over 3 billion Ghana cedis, over 250 million each month. Company ya did deal na kwa komo every month bia omo make it 250 million Ghana cedis. Private company ya did deal na momo every year ombe make it 3 billion Ghana cedis every year, 3 billion. In an interview with the group chairman of KGL, Alex Apau Dade, he confirmed to the Fourth Estate that the company's 2024 revenue from the NLA's 590 online lottery was over 3 billion Ghana cedis. And that the contracts, however, KGL was supposed to pay a total of just 157.6 million to NLA in 2024. Company ya did na momo omo ejina ban so ebenya 3 billion Ghana cedis every year. Nanso sika aban ebenya ewo sika ni mu no just 157 million Ghana cedis. The company ni be di 3 billion o you so aban no dey di 3 billion. We are no ama aban 150 million. Not even up to 10%. Because 10% of 3 billion is 300 million. So just around 5%. Wow. For all 3 contracts. This amount was to be increased annually by just 10% each year. The amount that was to be paid in 2024 represented a paltry 5.2% of the revenue KGL generated from the NLA's prime business. As I said, just around 5%. The National Lotto Act 2006, Act 722, does not allow any private company to operate any form of lottery in Ghana. Ebia will be say, oh, ebia na private company no, and also mu yese ejuma no. Eyo mu ejuma, boni be ne wom say private company ya mu ejuma ye. Well, boni a ewo mu ene say Ghana mratre say any kwan say private company bia ene handle ye lotto emayen. And so Sammy Awuku akwa sign deal the private company asika wo munya no. Also, it makes the operations of lottery in Ghana the sole preserve of the NLA. Section 412 of the law states, a person other than the authority shall not operate any form of lottery. A person who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not more than 2,500 penalty units or imprisonment for a term of not more than 3 years or both. The law, however, requires the NLA to contract private companies to sell lottery as lotto marketing companies. The NLA Act also requires that all proceeds from the sales of lottery by LMCs should be paid into what is called the lotto account of the NLA. From this account, the NLA is then supposed to pay the LMCs a stipulated commission on their sales. In Ghana, by say, my private company be a handle your lottery no my NLA for ankasa handle. Now so you bet to me my private companies be from the lotto marketing companies. Wa mo beton lotto no. Into we say lotto kiosk ni nyama na. Some of them they are small private companies here from the lotto marketing companies. What you say? Now wa mo de na kra no. Send ya de ne say at the end of the month sika ne ba eba NLA fo ho. Na NLA fo ni mom ate sika ni bi ama sa private companies no. Ba o sa company ya yesi Sammy Awuku akwa sign na. Omonya 3 billion na no nu mom ate 5% ama aban. But Ghana mrane tre say na nka sika ni nambra aban ni ho. Na aban ni mom enti commission no ema companies no. Nti na nka aban le wo se nya 3 billion no. Na nka ate commission ama company no. The fourth estate investigations, however, show that NLA's contracts with KGL may be special ones. First of all, KGL's revenue does not go into the lotto accounts. In fact, the NLA does not even know how much KGL makes in sales. And there's a 3 billion young crofui can say, Omo making a crano. Ebi crana nasiko mu make cry more than 3 billion. And therefore, I hope say at this point, we understand what's going on. Inti insem no. Asem we there soon. Or see, in 2024, the NLA was paying LMCs a commission of 25% on their sales. In these exclusive and monopolistic contracts, what KGL paid the NLA in 2024 amounted to just 5.2% of the company's 2024 revenue. Meanwhile, official documents from the State's Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, have revealed that NLA's revenues have been on a steep decline from 366 million in 2015 to 296.58 million in 2023. So just as I was saying, company ne krano, yenim amount of money omo e declare NLA for our money company we ebo ejuma no. Omo to me ntre company ne say, and omo to me en checking who ne say. So sika we na wo tre yen say wo make and sika we ne system tre say wo make. Enti NLA ne tenasia company ne bana company na ba be ka say ndem minya 1 cedi o say okay unya 1 cedi dia. No company na tre say 1 cedi na minya o dia 50 pesos. Ana 10 pesos. Ana 5 pesos. But nanka Ghana mbremu no NLA mum ene wo say sika no eba ne ho na wonu mum ema company ne say sika no 1 cedi ena o make ye 1 cedi na o make ye no me ma 25 pesos. Inti NLA has no way of checking the amount of money. Inti company in be catch NLA say o make 1 cedi a NLA has no way of checking say indeed company no o make 1 cedi pepepe. Ti company dey obetumi abo amounts bi anti allegedly no ebia sa 3 billion na company no workers will make in a year na kra no ebia be kom kra no na o make more than that. Ena fourth estate fortress say nini na echi no kra no na nka ade we senya company we make sika na nka NLA for afiko na wieye na wo mu declare wo mu sika semo a na nka wo se NLA for sika e wo soro. Now, so every single time NLA4 sika wo form. Every single time NLA4 declare wo musika semwa e wo form. From 2015 to 2023. NLA4 declare wo musika sembia na e wo form. I say the fourth estate could not obtain figures for 2024. But sources close to the NLA say the NLA's financial situation was not different in 2024. As shown in the table below, our analysis indicates that since the contract with KGL, the NLA's revenues have been going down. Ever since our signed our contract with our company, NLA4 revenue they be a call for. Meanwhile, company they are always making money. Despite the huge decline in the NLA's revenue since its deal with KGL, Mr. Awuku told the fourth estate that he left the NLA in a better financial position than when he took over. He explained that before he was appointed the Director General in 2021, the NLA was already in a pilot contract with KGL, under which it paid the NLA 20 million Ghana cedis in 2019 and 25 million Ghana cedis in 2020 as collaboration revenue. He said after the initial contract, there was to be a substantive contract in 2022, under which KGL would have been expected to pay 30 million Ghana cedis in 2022 and an increment of 5 million Ghana cedis every year until 2025, when the amount would have increased to 45 million Ghana cedis. He stated that instead of sticking with this contract, he renegotiated with KGL and got a better deal. Mr. Awuku claimed he renegotiated the KGL contract from 26 million Ghana cedis to 173 million, even though he did not indicate where the 173 million was coming from, since this amount does not reflect in the contract document. The fourth estate's analysis of the NLA's data shows that the average winnings of 2019 to 2023 is 48%. Defending the deal, Group Chairman of KGL said, out of the over 3 billion Ghana cedis his company earned in 2024, the company paid 87 million Ghana cedis to the Ghana Revenue Authority and claimed 176 million Ghana cedis was paid to the NLA. Even though he did not disclose any further expenses, he claimed the company made only 70 million Ghana cedis as profits. When asked to disclose further details of company's expenditure, Mr. Dade, who is reported in the media as a former finance committee chairman of the New Patriotic Party, it is a company omunya se sika puduo yi omupenyi wotie na no kra no say yesi oye NPP UK penyi ozi akom ni ntremu company we o sika omunya no omupenyi wotie ano no say penyi no yesi wokọ NPP UK NPP UK oyo omupenyi ewo NPP UK. NPP for UK omupenyi baako ono no that company nano. KGL uses the short code *959 *959 hash to sell the 590 lottery, and its group chairman told the fourth estate that the system requires a huge investment which the NLA lacks. And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. Anyway, so that is Sammy Awuku and the NLA deals. For Montreal Wadwin, our comment box, Nimo.